Both teams are set. Akawovo and Reid will be doing the tip-off. The Ranney Panthers are the designated home team. They'll be going from right to left on your screen. Roselle Catholic going from left to right, and we are underway. Possession controlled by the Lions. Lions again averaging just about 71 points per game, and they will attack you inside and also out. Here's Reid's first touch of the night. Cross-court pass into the lane. That shot from Whitney, no good. Reid fighting for it. Akawovo saves it, and back comes the Ranney Panthers. Sarnor getting a screen, goes into the lane, attacking the big. That shot is blocked by Reid. Doesn't make a statement on the offensive end just yet, but he does defensively.
Yeah, you're going to see him on both sides of the court on the defensive end. He's just patient, and you see Sarnor going inside, and he just blocks it.
Inbound pass is deflected, and it'll stay right here. Again, don't forget, no shot clock either, so possessions could take pretty much as long as they'd like. Ball game is just underway, though. Here's Antoine. Back into the corner, Barbonell. All the way back out. With 7:18 to play here in the first quarter. Tino on the handoff. Off the fingertips of Antoine. He gets it back. See the ball move, but also the extended defense, though, of Roselle Catholic. First three-pointer of the ball game. That one's off the mark by Akawovo. Rebound by Roselle Catholic, and here they come. No numbers just yet, though. Reid, dangerous pass is batted away. Ranney School looking to push. At the rack is Antoine. First basket of the ball game goes to the Panthers. It's 2-0.
Yeah, it's important they get up the court after they get these rebounds like Antoine did. Nice job going coast to coast for that bucket.
Frink loses the handle for a second. Somehow got it back. Officials say he stepped on the baseline. Turnover. I guess you can see the defense right now on both sides awfully aggressive as we go back to Brian Antoine looking to push the pace a little bit.
Yeah, he can get coast to coast. After that rebound, he pushed the pace, and it's hard to stop him on a one-on-one matchup.
Averaging about 20.5 points per game. Akawovo on the handoff, Sarnor. Right side, that three-pointer by Antoine, nothing but air. Rebound by Reid, has his head up all the way. Horton, that's a three-pointer, just a little bit too short. Rebound by Antoine, and back they come. Panthers in front, 2-0, pulling up at the free throw line. Sarnor gets a shooter's bounce, and it's a quick 4-0 for the Panthers.
Yeah, and it's important for Ranney School to get their open looks. Sarnor got to the paint, found that open space, and knocked down that shot.
Averaging only about 5.5 points per game on the season. A couple of rebounds, couple of assists. Three-pointer by Whitney is way out, bad miss. A rebound by Antino, and back come the Panthers. A nice move by Antoine. That shot no good, but a cleanup by Antino, and 6-0 Panthers.
And just like we talked about, pushing the pace early for Ranney School, that's what they're doing. You see a nice putback by Antino.
One thing that Dave Boff, head coach of Roselle Catholic, mentioned during the interview is the team needed to rebound. They're not doing that just yet. Three-pointer on the way, that one's good. The first one of the night, it goes to Horton.
Well, that's important for them to knock down their shot and get something started on the offensive end.
Horton shoots about 45% from downtown. He connects for the first one tonight. 6-3 Panthers. Akawovo thought about the three, then peeled it on back. Just under 5 to play in the first. Antoine for three, short. Rebound comes all the way back out to Whitney. 3-on-3, no numbers, but a finish at the rack goes Whitney.
Jason Battle has great vision down the court, and he just sees Whitney cutting to the hoop, almost like a no-look pass, and Whitney finishes.
Double-barreled screens coming both ways. Sarnor, bad pass, it's intercepted. Here comes Frink, 3-on-1. Battle pulls up from the elbow, can't connect. Reid is underneath, fighting amongst the trees. Circus shot, and somehow he gets it to go.
Naz Reid just muscled that ball through. Double teamed in the paint. He just kind of threw it up towards the basket. Got his first points.
6-0 run to start for the Panthers. Lions have come right back with 7 of their own. Sarnor, weak side pass to Antino. The reverse layup is a sweet one.
Ranney School is showing from the outset that they're confident in their offense, moving the ball around, and Antino, they're not afraid with that length down low. Nice up and under off the backboard.
Scotty report says Antino is awfully clever with what he does on the offensive end. He showed it right there. 8-7 Panthers. Reid, double team, comes awfully quick, and a turnover generated by the defense of the Panthers. Antoine looking for his shot. Barbadell not so much. Aguwovo up and under. Move. Did he travel? Yes, he did. And our first poll question of the night brought to you by Slam. Who scores the most points? Scotty Lewis? Well, if you have Scotty Lewis, that's not going to do it. But there's a couple different guys that'll be on there, I promise you that. Naz Reid, Whitney, and also Brian Antoine. But I appreciate the efforts. Scotty Lewis. Pass over the right side, another three-pointer. This one a bit off. An attempt by Whitney, rebound by Ogawovo, and back comes the Ranney School. Leading by 1, 8-7, 2:40 to play in the first quarter. A rare foul. Foul's on Khalil Whitney, his first. Again, Roselle Catholic only using 7 players just the other night against Paul VI in a 65-62 loss. So we'll see how many of the troops head coach Dave Boff uses at his disposal. Sarnor looking for a screen. Nice pick and roll action. Antino has that shot blocked. And a tussle, a couple of Lions and also a Panther. And officials will say Panthers with possession.
That's a good job by Frink down low. Look at Antino going up. He goes straight up and blocks this shot. They have so much length down low, and Frink is one of those guys that has to assert himself tonight.
Barbadell hasn't done much offensively. Not looking for a shot just yet. Ogawovo with a double team coming. Reid might have scared him just a little bit with that big frame at 6'9", but a bad turnover. And here comes Antoine.
Brian Antoine, he great at getting turnovers, and right there he just read the eyes of Naz Reid, gets the bat down, and this basically shows us a nice dunk and quickness to the basket.
Antoine's got 4 points, now a couple steals to his resume. Into Lane Whitney. Bit too strong. Good defense so far by the Ranney Panthers with 100 seconds to play in the first. Antoine with a cross-court pass to Barbadell. They've been sharing the ball nicely on the offensive end.
And that's the way their offense is going to work, distributing the ball around, moving, and trying to create your space.
Antoine for 3, and he gets fouled on the come down. Colby Rogers got him when he was looking to plant. Rule number 1 is you don't foul a jump shooter. And 1A, you don't foul a three-point shooter. Rogers did just that.
Yeah, but Antoine's a great spot-up shooter. And he just knocks him right on the elbow, and he's got to shoot 3 now.
So here's Antoine. Ranked number 3 by 24/7 Sports. He's a Ballislife underclass All-American. And you see some of the things that we get to enjoy more so with the prep stars. What they like to do off the hardwood court. And they're quite candid about it, which is nice. Kieran Shaw will come in for the Panthers, number 2, 5'10" guard. His playing days are over with after this season. He is a senior. Free throw is no good by Antoine, so it's 12-7 Panthers. Josh Pierre-Lewis into the ball game. You see the result from our poll question underneath that attempt by Frink. He went up and he was hacked on the way up, so he'll go to the free throw line for a couple.
Yeah, and on defensive end, you have to box out, and Frink just crashed the boards and got that rebound. Ended up getting fouled. But for Ranney School, you got to box out down low.
Chris Antino, his first. First team foul for the Panthers. Big thanks for participating in our first poll question of the night, brought to you by Slam. Were you the one that voted on Scotty Lewis?
Yeah, I wish he was on the court. That's why so many people voted for him.
Frank has a couple different options after his playing days are over here. He's looking at either going to James Madison or UNC Greensboro. He pots the second free throw, so it's a three-point advantage for the Panthers. 65 seconds to play here in the first from Collins Arena. Antoine looking for a screen. Goes the opposite way. Mid-range jumper is a bad shot. Comes all the way back out. Rebound by Shaw. I don't know if Antoine tried to do that or not. Somehow that wasn't a turnover for a travel, but an easy slam for Whitney.
Yeah, that's good vision by Pierre-Lewis.
Times on a night that an official might miss a call or two. That might have been one right there, but Whitney was able to capitalize on it.
Yeah, Pierre-Lewis kind of bobbled the ball, but he noticed Khalil Whitney down low. Nice dish.
Ithiel Horton comes back in. Horton's enjoyed a fine season in 15 games, averaging 14 points a clip. Shooting well from the field, about 53% as well. We're at 30 seconds to play here in the first quarter. It's been an exciting one. Glad you could be with us tonight. Running baseline, Sarnor cut off nicely by the defense of the Lions. Reid goes up, trying to advise some contact with Sarnor. No whistle being blown. Reid with 10 seconds to go. Easy flush on the other side. Offensively for the Lions, they are looking to push. They made the most of their opportunities. That shot being blocked by Reid, but we'll see who the foul is on.
When you have those two guys pushing down the court, Naz Reid and Khalil Whitney, it's tough to stop those guys. They get a nice dish and to Whitney, and he comes down with two for the dunk.
Foul's on Frink. Whitney now with 6 points in the ball game. Always helps when you get those freebies, especially on an easy dunk. Whitney got 5.6 to go here in the first. As everybody's sent back defensively for head coach Taj Holden and the Panthers. Second free throw is no good. 4 seconds to go, 3 to go. Time running out. Pierre-Lewis elects to pass it at the buzzer. That shot will not count even if it went down. Pierre-Lewis did not have his head up, but an exciting first quarter. Kind of what we thought. Roselle Catholic, the Ranney Panthers, they're tied at 13 apiece. As we got things tipped off a little past 7:30. Ballislife Weekly Showcase. Quarter number 2 is underway. Panthers going from right to left under your screen. Lions left to right. Great shot, nice bounce pass going a weak side up and under move. That shot was blocked. Second chance opportunity, no good either. Here come the Lions in transition. Looking to push, pulling up. Whitney, yes.
Whitney's so good at just getting up to that level and shooting right over you. He's a spot-up shooter. Does a great job by that pass, knocking down that shot.
Ranked 38th in the nation by ESPN. He's as good as advertised. Whitney's got 8 points. Reach-in foul and a cheap one by Pierre-Lewis. See if Roselle Catholic can build on any kind of lead. They haven't had much of it tonight. The Ranney School built a quick 6-0 advantage. One just outside the free throw line. Akawovo's attempt for around 17 is no good. Reid behind the back pass. Three-pointer from the corner. That one goes in and out. No good. Tough break. Rebound underneath. Second chance opportunity for Whitney. I think he's going to be called for a foul in the clear-out. Yes, he is.
Yeah, that was a foul right there down low. It's Akuwovo.
They see a forearm shiver to being delivered by Whitney. Entire bench for the Lions didn't like the call, but it was a valid call. Under 7 to play here in the first half. Another mid-range jumper. This one off the mark by Antoine. Batted around a little bit. Reid goes diving for the basketball, shovels it over to a teammate at half court, but controlled by the Panthers. That shot nearly blocked by Whitney. Does not go down for Sarnour, but guess what? He's going to the free throw line for 3 more.
Hey, see Sarnour, he just pulls up, and that's another foul. Right there, got him on his hand. And he's going to head to the stripe.
And for Whitney, you want to look at his point production tonight, but also the foul call. He's got 3 fouls already.
Yeah, and that was unnecessary. He didn't need to go in there that aggressive. Just let him shoot or just kind of put your hands up and body him as a face right in front of him.
Keep in mind, Panthers coming in tonight's ball game are minus a couple of key contributors. But they can get even if they knock out Khalil Whitney, or if Whitney knocks himself out of the ball game because of fouls. And we'll get back to some of the results from our second poll question of the night, brought to you by Slam. 60-40. Now, I wonder why that is. Is it because Roselle Catholic has been so successful that many people think, hey, the Ranney School, they need to pull off an upset here tonight, or what do you think?
I think a lot of people like rooting for the underdog, and Ranney School has a big fan base as well.
Makes always for a better story, right? On the heels of Super Bowl 52 right around the corner. Eagles and Patriots. Three-pointer, another one on the way. This one goes out. Another miss, unfortunately for Pierre Lewis. Not able to connect from distance. Much to be the same with the Lions here tonight. Shot in the corner. Akuwovo trying to spin away from some traffic. Contested shot by Frink. That shot's no good. Rebound by Reid. Cross-court pass, an extra pass for Horton. Yes.
And that's Horton's shot right there in the corner, and Battle knows it, gets it to him. And he just elevates. Gets a nice 3 for his team.
Corner 3 gives the Lions the advantage, 18-16. Nice backdoor feeds, a beautiful one to Antoine.
And this is what they have to do. Keep responding to Roselle. That was a nice cut by Antoine and finishing at the rim.
Three-pointer, corner shot, no good off the mark. Ball's batted around, controlled by Pierre Lewis. Lob feed underneath to Frink. Frink can't control, but it was tapped into bounds. Got to go back to that dunk real quick by Brian Antoine. It was a perfect feed by Chris Antino. I mean, having his head up for a big man is impressive, especially when you're playing beyond the arc like he was there. Yeah,
they're all taught to cut to the basket, and Antino knows Brian Antoine's the guy he's going to cut. He sees him. Nice bounce pass and nice finish.
Reid's baseline jumper's no good. Here comes Antoine. He's played a fine game. Amadou Sarnour at half court. Under 5 to play in the first half. Sarnour getting a little too cute with it. Had a shot available to him. Horton all alone for the slam.
And that all starts with Naz Reid getting that block and then pushing it out to Horton. He gets up the court fast, and he gets a nice finish also.
Horton's got 8. Sarnour at the rack. Plenty of contact, no whistle. Back comes Reid. Reid did not carry over in a sweet finger roll.
And that was all Reid on that play, enforced on the inside in the paint. Then got up and down the court. He's tough to stop. Once he gets inside, he usually finishes at the rim.
Hard to believe this is the largest lead tonight for the Lions. It's at 4. We're at 4 minutes to play in the first half. Sonor trying to cross up the defender, loses a handle, saved by Shaw, but it goes right to the Lions. Transition, easy basket possibility. This one at the rack and up and off the window goes Horton. Timeout by Taj Holden and the Ranney Panthers. Off and running goes Roselle Catholic so far. Largely the night, Lions is at 6, 24-18. So Catholic leading the Ranney School, 24-18. Fans, we continue to encourage you to participate in all of our action tonight on Facebook Live. And immediately out of the timeout, we have a turnover.
And this is where the Panthers have to keep their composure. They're starting to just kind of fade away just a little bit. Stay in your sets and make sure you get some stops and get back into it.
Reid with a double team, plenty of contact. Basket should be good, but they're going to call it travel. Well, one official now says that it was a foul in the act of shooting. Another one says it's a travel, so hold the phone.
That looked like a foul, didn't look like a travel. It just looked awkward with the way he spun to the rack and then put the ball up. And he did get fouled, though.
Well, I'll say this, for the Ranney School, they called it a non-shooting foul. So they can at least take a little bit of that. That pass is intercepted, ball line. Here comes Antoine, no numbers, 1-on-2, won't matter. He goes up in the act of shooting. Foul's going to be on Jason Battle.
Yeah, it's a smart foul by Battle.
Fouls on number 4, Jason Battle. Fouls his first to the teammate.
And it's interesting because in a ball game like this, when you're down a couple of players, you want to push the basketball as much as possible, but Panthers have gotten the free throw line a handful of times. They want to continue to do that here late in the second quarter.
Yeah, it's going to be very important for them to knock down their shots at the free throw line.
Antoine's favorite artist and celebrity crush. A little something.
That's almost everybody's celebrity crush, right? Rihanna.
Drake or Rihanna?
No, Rihanna.
Man.
And Drake, too, probably for the girls.
Oh, absolutely. He is loved in Toronto. Second free throw is also good. Panthers within 4. Roselle Catholic going from left to right on your screen. Antoine's got 10 for the noted home team tonight. It's a neutral court, but one has to be designated as the home team. Horton for 3, rolls it around and in.
Yeah, Horton's just so comfortable behind the arc. He knocks it down in the corner, and he loves it from the top of the key as well.
Without a hand in his face, 3 minutes to play in this one. First half has been back and forth, but another turnover, this one by Antoine. Possession goes right back to the Lions.
Yeah, and Antoine needs to just play within himself. Don't press, don't try to get to the rack and put too much on your shoulders because some of your key players are gone.
Dave Boff working the offense right now for the Lions. 11th season as head coach, Roselle Catholic. Horton for 3. This one a bit too strong. That's his first miss from downtown tonight. He was 3 for 3 at one point. Here's Reid. High leg kick, turnaround jump shot. Oh, a perfect finish, and Horton comes down off the rafters.
Horton's one of those exciting players, and sometimes you forget about him. It's a knockdown shooter from the outside. He saw that shot go up and cut to the basket and finished with a nice dunk.
Horton's got 15. Bullet pass. Akawovo has that one go off his shoe tops. Another turnover, and this is a dangerous spot right now for the Ranney Panthers. They were down 4, and now it's ballooned all the way up to 9 as this half is closing out.
Yeah, it's tough. Their last 2 times down the court, they turn the ball over. They have to limit those because you're seeing what's happening with Roselle Catholic. Once they get going, they pull away very quickly.
Reid was screaming for the alley-oop. Horton didn't see it until the last second. Into the lane, plenty of body contact, going tumbling down is Rogers.
Our guys just can't throw a friggin' lob.
Foul's going to be on Antoine. And Rogers go to the charity stripe for a couple.
His first, team's 3rd.
Just the 13th foul for the Panthers. Free throw is no good. Rogers this season only about 3 points per game. It's a second free throw, 10-point advantage. This is the largest lead for either program tonight. And a heck of a way for the Lions to close out the first half. They've been strong. Antoine trying to stop the bleeding right now. Sarnour is being harassed. Minute 40 to play in the second. Double team coming on the far side. Barbanel trying to escape. And a whistle and a cheap foul being delivered. This one's on Horton.
You can see Roselle Catholic's defense is starting to get a little bit tighter and press the Panthers. It's being tough for them, getting into their half-court sets, trying to find these open spaces.
And all of a sudden they can go onto those bigger stages because the coaches and scouts that now get to watch these games. They're available at any time, on demand or also live.
Yeah, social media has helped out, give a lot of people, more exposure, and a lot of families who wouldn't see certain schools and certain players play, because a lot of people will go to a school just because of one player who they looked up to.
Sure.
And you see a lot of talent on the court now.
Alley-oop for Reid, disconnected. A nice play, looked to be made by Antoine. I mean, Reid wanted it just moments ago, and you got to figure Antoine was there to sniff it out because he sensed it. 1:20 to play in the second quarter. Double team coming. Battle thought about the three. Inside feed was perfect for Rogers.
Yeah, Rogers is really good at shrinking in the lane and getting through those defenders and getting to the cup.
Pull up Jay, that one's off the mark. Rebound, Okuwovo. He can't go up either. That shot was blocked. Nice play by Frink. Sweet move by Battle, but one too many dribbles behind the back. 50 seconds to play in the second quarter. Horton, right side to Battle. Horton for three. Wanted it, did not get it. Reid with an easy rebound. Uses glass and he scores. 14-point lead.
Well, Reid's just a force down low, and a lot of times when he's battling up against somebody, he's going to get the rebound.
Sarnour for two, no. Offensive rebound and putback. Nice one by Sarnour.
Yeah, much needed by Okuwovo and that offense by getting some points because the Lions were pulling away.
15 seconds to play in this first half. Got to imagine if you're Roselle Catholic, you will hold for the final shot. Frink, patient move, even with the double team coming. Nice. Antoine at half court. That one is off the mark. And then I'll do it for the first half. Well, it was a tale of a couple quarters in this one. Roselle Catholic was behind early, 6-0. Lions woke up offensively. Defensively, they got some stops, took a 1-point advantage, and then all of a sudden, one turned to four. Four has now turned into 14.
And yeah, and Ranney School came out strong. They started scoring points, got up on Roselle Catholic.
From left to right. Same starting five on both ends. No real changes that can be made for the Panthers. Lob pass is a bad one. Reid couldn't get up to it, even at 6'9". So Nora's out there, along with Antoine. Pulls up for three. That one lips in and out. Offensive rebound. That putback shot was blocked by Whitney. Nice play on Tino. Three-pointer. That one chucked again by Antoine off the mark. He's 0 for 2 to start the third. Battle in transition, looking for the trailer. Couldn't make the connection with Frink. Sarnour with nice hesitation, but Reid is there to clean it up. Nice play. Barbanel with the floater. That one's off. So
yeah, those are the looks they have to make.
first three shots have not gone down, unfortunately for them. Nice touch passing. Unselfish basketball by Roselle Catholic.
The Panthers had some clean looks on that last flow down the court, and those are the shots they have to knock down if they want to get back into this matchup.
It's been that kind of a night. Khalil Whitney continues to pour it in.
Yeah, and that was just a defensive breakdown by the Panthers, and something they can't have, especially against a team like the Lions.
Yeah, Whitney now in double digits. He's got 10. Another three-pointer on the way. This is nothing but air. So it's 3 3-pointers in this third quarter, and none of them have hit. This one is an air ball by Sarnour.
Yeah, Sarnour misses that, and he's one of the guys that has to step up in the second half. They want to get back into this. Brian Antoine has put the team on his back. They're going to need more for Sarnour to knock down his shots.
Yeah, they're in danger of being run out of the building. They're down by 16. Whitney for 3. That one might have caused a timeout for the Panthers, as we're at 6:20 to play in the third. Here's Sarnour. Man-to-man defense being played throughout the night for Roselle Catholic. Nice penetration by Antoine. Three-pointer by Barbanel. His first shot of the night, no good. Antino with the offensive rebound. The feed on the outside to Sarnour, and he finally hits one.
Yeah, Sarnour, we just spoke about him stepping up, knocking down his shots right there. He had an opportunity, gets kicked out to him, an open look, and he sinks the 3.
Jason Battle, lob for Reid. That one's a little bit too high. Whitney and Reid are on the same page, just a bad pass. Pick and roll action on Tino. Slipped and fell down. Sarnour is there to pick it up. Didn't go up with it. Underneath though, Akawovo, the defensive read just too much to handle. Perfect feed and the flush by Whitney again.
It's just tough to stop these guys once they get out into the open court and transition. And you see why they're one of the top teams in New Jersey and the country and how they play.
Unselfish basketball, but of course it all starts on the defensive side. Antoine for 3. That one goes in and out. Tough break for him. Rebound by Battle. 3-on-1 again for Whitney. Whitney makes it 2. It's the defense leading to the offense, Ralph.
Yeah, both ends of the floor. They get a rebound, and then they're out in transition so fast. And Whitney, he loves to get those passes from Battle. And he gets a nice dunk once again.
Whitney's got 14 now. It's a 17-point advantage, though. Into the lane, popping on out. Nice mid-range jumper for Sarnour.
They're very important, and a lot of their looks against this Lions defense has been from the elbow and a little bit inside the paint, those mid-range jumpers, and knocking them down.
One thing they haven't been doing, though, is getting stops here in this third quarter. Horton with 15. Here's Reid. Reid looking weak side, goes up, and he is fouled.
Foul number 21, Xavier Akawa. That's first.
But Naz Reid is just such a big body. It's hard to stop. And once he gets down low, he uses that spin move. And Akuwovo, he just had to foul him on that player. He probably would have had 2.
Make the big boys shoot. Reid does it the first free throw.
Josh
Pierre Lewis coming. Pierre Louis Jr. listed as a guard at 6'3". He's got great size, averaging just about 8.5 points per game. Second free throw is no good, so the advantage stays at 16. Tino almost had his pocket picked, and it's going to be a turnover. You credit that one, though, Naz Reid. I mean, he's got the size at 6'9", but also the wingspan. He can cause some of those turnovers.
Yeah, I like how he plays the game. He's very crafty with getting turnovers, playing down low, mid-range shots behind the arc, and passing as well.
Whitney from beyond the yard. That's another 3.
Yeah, Whitney's just such a pure shooter, spot-up shooter, comfortable behind the arc, and he gets an opportunity right there, and you see that arc, and he knocks down that shot.
Yeah, Whitney's got 17 points to lead all scores. Sonora trying to make something happen. Outside Barbanel for 3, and he responds.
You get guys that just carry their game into the next level, and it's awesome to watch. Some of these guys are late bloomers. They get to the next level and ball out too.
Yeah, Colin Sexton there. There's going to be a travel against Lonzo Frank.
Ranney School.
He thinks about some of the premier prep athletes that have gone on to the D1 level. Marvin Bagley's another. Grayson Allen of Duke. 16-point lead. Back the other way, and a foul being called this time on Frank. So he fouls Antoine on the shot.
Foul on Ethiel Horton, number 12. His second.
Now it's going to be on Ethiel Horton, I beg your pardon. Take away the foul on Frank. As we see on the near sideline to us, Taj Holden, the head coach of the Panthers, talking to Dylan Barbanel. Coach Holden knows a little bit about winning. 3 years as head coach with the Panthers, but also was a part of the championship team back in 2002 with Maryland. Head coach Gary Williams. He was a starter on that team. Hard to believe that team in 2002 lost their first game of the season in Arizona and then went 32-3 the rest of the way. Not bad. High pass that goes out of bounds. It was interesting because Maryland that year was also 15-1 in the ACC. Didn't even win their conference tournament. And then got things done as they won the championship game against Indiana 64-52.
Yeah, sometimes you get these teams that they just hit their stride. They make just a couple adjustments and a couple tweaks, and then they're off to the races. There's a lot of teams that can do that. You just have to find that right adjustment so you can start getting some more W's.
Madness that is March. Is right around the corner. Step back by Antoine. This one is a 2. Shot's no good anyway. Here comes in transition Roselle Catholic. Reid underneath.
Naz Reid.
Here Louis trying to save it. And they're going to say.
And that's just Naz Reid. Just cutting to the basket, and he just hit 1,000 points in his career right now.
And they make the announcement tonight. He's also listed as and honored as a McDonald's All-American. Getting a nice ovation here at Collins Arena. 1,000 points. I mean, that's hard to do at the collegiate level, the high school level.
Yeah, and he's just been so consistent down low as a leader on this team, and you see that pass to him, he cuts to the basket, and you know once he gets close, he wants to dunk.
Perfect pass to Antoine. Breakdown defensively by Roselle Catholic. Still up by 14 with under 2 to play. Give and go action to Reid!
That's back-to-back dunks by Naz Reid. He's just an enforcer, and nice give and go right back to Naz Reid, and puts it down for a stuff.
Kind of wanted to get out of the way on that one.
It's like cocking the hammer back once he gets down low, and you don't want to be down low because he's going to finish.
Yeah, it's 6'9" and 220 coming right at you. That is something serious. Rogers back to Reid, who's feeling it now. Step back, heat check. Nope. Ball's on the ground. There's Whitney. Down low again. It's a second, third chance opportunities that are coming for Roselle Catholic, but it's all effort and energy.
Yeah, it's all effort and energy, and you look at these guys, how talented they are, just working hard together. They're all selfless, and they all want to see the other person succeed, but when you see guys on the floor diving for balls, it's awesome.
Akawovo for 3, that one's no good. Rebound by Reid. Reid averaging 17 points a game and also 12 rebounds. This 3-pointer, nope, by Frank. Put back, that shot stuffed by Antoine. Colby Rogers trying to go up with it as we're under a minute to play.
Yeah, Rogers, he's just playing so hard and trying to give his maximum effort every time up and down this court. It's hard not having your top players out there as well with Klatsky and Scotty Lewis.
Yeah, no doubt. Rogers for 3, bang. Lead has ballooned all the way up to 21.
Yeah, and Kobe Rogers is a 43% three-point shooter. He's almost at 50. That's pretty good for somebody shooting behind the arc.
Double team coming against Antoine. He had given it up, but a whistle and a foul. That foul's going to be on Frank.
His second, team second.
Just Frank's second. Theo Horton will come into the ball game. He'll come in for Khalil Whitney. Kieran's shot was in for a millisecond. He comes back out for Sonora. Clock isn't running just yet. Montino, dangerous pass, goes off the quad of Reid with 16.7 to go in the third.
Yeah, the Lions defense, it's just so suffocating right now, especially down low and that length that they have on the court. It's a huge decisive size advantage on the court right now.
Almost a 5-second violation. Ball batted around, goes right to Rogers with 10 to go on the clock. Rogers lead pass for Horton. It's just too easy right now for Roselle Catholic, and no shot blockers in the end for the Panthers.
Well, right now we're just seeing signature Lions basketball, getting up and down the court, working hard on loose balls, getting your open looks, and being strong on the defensive end as well.
Impressive, and that's probably an understatement so far. Roselle Catholic has ballooned this lead all the way up to 23 points. 57-34, Ballislife Weekly Showcase on a Wednesday night, where we see Naz Reid eclipse the 1,000 point mark in his prep career. As we're getting ready for the fourth and final quarter, barring a miracle of sorts. Panthers going from left to right on your screen. Wovo with a ball fake, launches a three. But elevates Khalil Whitney. Whitney's been all over the court offensively and defensively. Battle looking for his 7th assist, and Whitney pins himself on the cylinder.
Those are the dunks you want back, and Battle does a great job with that no-look pass, and Whitney, he just tried to go up too hard, and sometimes that happens. He wish he had that back because he wanted to finish at the rim.
Back to it, 57-34. With Roselle Catholic out in front, 7:20 to play in the fourth quarter. As Battle trying to deliver some harassment. Another question, poll question coming up, brought to you by Slam, who's Roselle Catholic's best ever player. I'll put that question on you too as well, Ralph. I mean, who is it? You have Naz Reid tonight with 1,000+ points in his career. You have Richardson, Roberson, and Isaiah Briscoe. Reid trying to save it, but it goes right to the Panthers. A whistle and a foul. I mean, Richardson grew up in Trenton, New Jersey, drafted in the first round, 22 overall by the Hornets. He's with the Sacramento Kings G League team. Roberson went to Syracuse, part of the 2012 state championship team for Roselle Catholic, averaging 17.5 points per game and just under 12 rebounds. And Isaiah Briscoe, he averaged 22 points in his career. He went to Kentucky.
Yeah, that's tough. That's very tough.
But it adds to the history of a proud program.
Yes.
So we're at 7 minutes to play here in the fourth quarter. It'll be an and one for Horton. Certainly will get the continuation. And with Horton's size and skill, he can knock that down.
Fouls number 32 for Saltino's 4 and team 4.
Fouls on Altino's third, but it'll be a 14th foul as Horton can't complete the three-point play.
Yeah, that's a rare miss for him. He's 78% at the line.
Back into the corner, driving towards Reid. Reid on the rebound. The big man handled the rock. Corner three by Battle. You got Reid and Antino mixing it up. 6'9" versus 6'7", but I'm gonna tell you this much: Reid's got the size advantage and also the muscle behind it.
Yeah, and he just gets entangled right there. And you see Naz Reid, he gets a little aggressive, and hey, those two big bodies down low, That's what happens sometimes. He gets aggressive, and Naz Reid didn't like Antino on his back like that.
As we get a pause in the action, our slam poll question. Naz Reid winning hands down, 79%. Appreciate everyone voting here tonight on Facebook Live. Ballislife Weekly Showcase. 11 points and 9 rebounds for Reid this evening. Barbanel in the corner for 3, no. Driven by Antino. Antino, I'll tell you this much, throwing the elbows around a little bit, might be frustrated. Attacking the rim.
And that was a hustle rebound by Antino. He's not giving up, and you look at how much they're down. They're getting blown out right now. They're down by a sizable margin. And Antino scrapping for that rebound, looking up and dishing it off to Antoine. This team is still fighting, even though they're limited.
Yeah, limited indeed. They got a couple players that are out. Mike Detro is out tonight. Alex Pulaski is also out. He has a concussion. Detro broken clavicle, so he's done for the year. And then, of course, the marquee player on this roster, Scotty Lewis. So we'd be remiss if we didn't mention him at all. But one of the premier players in the country, if he's in street clothes, you better have all hands on deck, and then you get it tonight.
Yeah, if you have Scotty Lewis on the court, Brian Antoine doesn't feel as much pressure on his shoulders, trying to press and shoot the ball as much. He has Scotty Lewis that he can distribute the ball to as well. And it takes a load off the rest of the guys on the team.
Yeah, no doubt. Plenty of contact there, and Antoine's going to go to the free throw line for a couple. 59-37.
Foul number 2, ball winning is Steph.
For Roselle Catholic, after tonight's victory, they're going to have 6 games left. I beg your pardon, 5 games left. So 6 including tonight, 5 left in the docket. I mean, they've gotten close in years past. Last season, they finished 17-11, but lost the non-public B section finals to Patrick School, who we'll see on Saturday. They're a part of the Final Four, but just 5-5 in league play. But again, I mean, they play some stiff competition to get to that point. They do this year as well.
And basketball is great because once you get to the playoff, it's almost like anything can happen. You still need the talent. When you get to teams that are hot, start knocking down their shots, they can make hay.
And of course, the attrition battle too. I mean, you gotta be healthy, you gotta be eligible. You gotta remember that.
Yeah,
these are student athletes, so gotta take care of their body, take care of their mind, and then bring it all together here on the hardwood court. Dave Boff and company. 3-pointer by a Horton. His 4th one, no. Rebound underneath. Here's Reid again, and 1.
He's just so hard to stop down low. Just that big body. It's like the Shaquilles, it's like the LeBrons. When they're down low, you don't know how to stop them because they're just so big, and you can't really get in position to stop them once they're under the glass.
Yeah, even a bear hug might not do any good for a guy like Reid. And there's Dave Boff. State champs back in 2012, 2013. And also went back-to-back in 2013, 2014. Those two teams combined for 46 victories in 2 years. Remarkable. And just 15 defeats. But he's been a staple of this program for a long period of time.
Yeah, the kids buy into his philosophy. You can tell they have fun on the court. They play stingy defense. Everybody is selfless, and that's a testament to Dave Boff.
And I think when you have that kind of establishment with a prep coach, I mean, it makes things a lot easier, especially when you want to go on to that next level. You want to be that D1 athlete. When you have aspirations like that, you need a coach that's not only a coach, but also sometimes a father figure and a friend and a guide.
Yeah, and he's great at prepping these guys for the next level. College basketball or just college in general, and you can tell how they play. Very mature.
Lob for Reid.
And that's just been the night, an emphatic finish for Naz Reid. Just throw it up close, and he's going to jump up and pull it down and dunk. And this team is just great at what they do.
Fans just looking at Reid at times. Same with the defense of the Panthers. 63-39 as we're under 5 to play in the 4th. So Norm mid-range jumper for 2. Corner 3, that one is off the mark. Horton with a rebound. Back to Reid. As you see, Roselle Catholic continue to play hard. You hear the hack from where we're at. The microphone picked it up. There's more free throws coming the way for Frank. Again, if you're just joining us, Scotty Lewis is not in the starting lineup. In fact, didn't even play tonight.
Yeah,
this man did.
Yeah, and you just look at, when you see space and you see Naz Reid around, throw it up, and you know he's going to come down with it and finish at the basket.
Scotty Lewis, who was not playing tonight, is in street clothes, sprained his ankle against Point Pleasant Beach back on January the 18th. So he hasn't been right. And of course, if you're head coach Taj Holden, worry about the regular season with the rest of your guys, but once you get in the playoffs, you need your ace.
Yeah, that's very important. You talk about Scotty Lewis and that team. Once he comes back, I mean, this team will be running and moving, and he's just that good when he's on the court.
Underneath to Shaw. Back out, that's a three-pointer, but that one's missed as well. Frank continuing to push the pace. It was knocked out of bounds by Shaw. Again, last season the Panthers were 22-6, 14-1 in league play. Season before that, 22-4. So again, head coach Taj Holden has got his team exactly where they need to be to compete year in and year out. They've seen improvements, steady improvements.
Yeah, Taj Holden does a great job with his players as well. They all buy in, just like Dave Bopp's guys. Scotty Lewis, you have Brian Antoine, and these guys, they give maximum effort on the court. And if we would have seen a full complement of players tonight, this game would have been much closer.
School opened in 1960. They have yet to win a state title. But you got to figure if they can get right and get healthy, which is priority number 1, they got as good a chance as anybody else in the area.
Yeah, with the coaching, with the athleticism, and the players that they have a great shot. The one thing is, in this game, you see Sarnora at the line. I think they would have had a better chance if he asserted himself a little more, took more shots, not trying to facilitate as much. If he would have took more shots, I think the defense would have kind of collapsed to him a little bit more. It would have opened up shots for Altino and Brian Antoine as well.
Anthony Marina and Gabe Ilovagna in the lead for Ranney, replace
Substitutions come for the Ranney School. Brandon Thomas in the ball game, number 4. It's one of those nights. Here's Rogers. Reid flexing his muscle for 3. Tap back in. No. Reid tried cleaning up, but that one will go to Pierre Louis.
Yeah, you see everyone crashing the boards. That's what makes them so great on the offensive side. That's Pierre Lewis, and Naz Reid was right behind him. Pierre Lewis goes up, beats him to the punch, and gets that putback.
Three-pointer, that one's good by Thomas. First shot tonight, he knocks it in as we're under 3 to play. Spirited game in the first quarter and a half. Then Roselle Catholic got up to a 14-point advantage as Frank will go to the free throw line to complete the 3-point play. So it was a 14-point lead at the end of 2 quarters, and then from then on, Roselle Catholic had their foot on the gas.
Yeah, the whole thing is pace for 4 quarters with this team. If you can keep pace with them, then you have a chance. But it's all about that first half, and you see what happened. They were down a little bit. Once they shifted gears and their players started waking up and playing Lions basketball, they pulled away very quickly.
Impressive to say the least, as Naz Reid walking himself to the bench, and he is certainly done for the night. I have a feeling we might catch up with him in a few minutes. Just a gut feeling. When you hit the 1,000-point mark in your prep career,
Justin
deservedly so.
Riddick
15-9 for Naz Reid.
for Roseville Catholic, replacing Alonzo Frank.
That's allowed 15-9. I mean, he was really good on the defensive end too.
Yes.
And the biggest thing now for Roseville Catholic is they get to look towards what's next. They get Elizabeth tomorrow, and then they also will get Patrick School on Saturday. They will improve their record to 15-3 overall. Here's Thomas as we're in there 2 minutes to play in the fourth. Always nice to get some bench players some scoring. Lanwan for 2, Gabe Lanwan. Oh, beautiful move, but it won't count. We'll call it travel. Gabe Lanwana coming in.
Pierre Lewis just sold you his handles, and there was a walk on that call, but he has great handles. And you look at his first steps, how quick he was to get around a defender. It's just awesome to watch these guys play.
Yeah, it certainly is.
And less than 2 minutes.
As we're at 90 seconds to play in the fourth. I'll say this much, the Ranney School kept Roseville Catholic off their pace in terms of offensive production in the first half, but then all of a sudden things started working defensively. Let us some easy baskets. Outside shooting continued. Ethiel Horton filled it up. Horton completing his night with 19 points, leading all scores. And so when you get the complementary scoring, you don't need much from a guy like Naz Reid.
No, you don't. They always have complementary scoring with Horton and Whitney and Battle. These guys all play well together. You get Frink, and when they are all distributing, all playing on one string, you see what happens.
And there's Price. Colby Rogers with the miss. This three-pointer on the way short. And Roseville Catholic, despite the fact that they're up 23 points, will continue to push the basketball. And that'll be your exclamation point on the night. As Justin Riddick knocks it down. 25 seconds to play in the fourth. The Panthers are going to fall to 15-4 this season. Roseville Catholic will improve to 15-3 on the year. And it was awesome. And for Naz Reid, continuing to add to his storybook career, completing the night, 15 points, 9 rebounds, and more importantly, surpassing the 1,000-point barrier in his high school career. 4 quarters in the books here. The Ballislife Weekly Showcase as Roseville Catholic defeats the Ranney Panthers by a final score of 75-49. But now we get to give you a little bit of an encore performance as our slam player of the game is none other than Naz Reid, and he is with our Ralph Brown. Take it away, Ralph.
I'm here with Naz Reid, and it's a great matchup tonight, but coming out open in this game against the Panthers, you guys started off slow. What you guys do, what adjustments did you make throughout this game?
We just talked in the huddle, we just got it together. We always come out slow. For some reason, I honestly don't know. But, we picked it up as we should, and we got the W.
Yeah, so the last time you played Patrick School, you went for 30. That's a season high. 23 in the first half. We see how you're selfless with the basketball. Who do you kind of mimic your game after?
I'll probably say like a taller Magic Johnson.
Yeah, that's good. So you guys got this victory tonight. You guys got up and down the court. Are you excited to play against Patrick School next week?
Definitely excited to play against them again. They beat us 4 times last year, and I'm just looking for redemption.
So we have a poll question, a question from a fan at home. Matt says, is your career points the highlight, the 1,000 points you have? Is that the highlight of your career at this point?
it's a major highlight, but I would say making the McDonald's All-American game was a tremendous highlight for me because that's something I wanted to do since 7th grade. So being able to do that was just an honor.
That's awesome. So we'll see you guys next Saturday at Roselle versus Patrick School.
Challenge goes to Roselle Catholic, and they win it in convincing fashion by a final score here tonight, 75-49. Ballislife Weekly Showcase will continue on Saturday night. Roselle Catholic will do battle with the Patrick School. For my broadcast partner, Ralph Brown, I'm David Gascon saying so long from Collins Arena here in Lincroft, New Jersey. Final score again tonight, the Jersey Shore Challenge. Roselle Catholic 75, the Ranney School 49. Have a wonderful Wednesday night, everybody. See you later.